First of all, good afternoon. How's everybody? All right. My name is Joe Carn. I am one of your city council members within the city of College Park. Today is a very, very special day. Not only is it lovely outside, the rain is over, and pretty nice out there. Today is the April. The entire month actually is the National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and we as the City of College Park are here to celebrate and take part in it, in addition to several other cities and municipalities, all over the state of Georgia today are celebrating this month, and we have picked this day to recognize it. We are partnering with the Interfaith Children's Movement, which is a regional advocate organization for children. We are lucky enough to have the chair of the board for ICM here today with us. I also want to recognize our city manager, Terrence, who is here as well. We're going to have him say just a quick few words, and we're going to let ICM take it over from there. So that's all I got for now. City manager. Terrence, who's been with us about a year now, has done a wonderful job in the city, and we want to have him just say a few quick words.
Thank you, Councilman Carn. Good afternoon, everyone. Pleasure to be here. ICM's movement, great cause to be involved with, and on behalf of city staff, all the departments representing the city of College Park, we're most appreciative of having the opportunity to demonstrate our support in whatever we can possibly do to assist in bringing attention and awareness across the board. Quite frankly, I think we've stepped up our efforts over the last couple of weeks to do exactly that with Gerald Walker, social media, our government channel, and other resources being made available for this particular cause. And it is an appropriate one, not only in College Park, throughout Atlanta as a whole, but quite frankly throughout the country, because we want our children across the board to be safe and to be in the best place that they possibly can be. And I think ICM does a great job in furthering that mission, furthering that particular cause. So likewise, the City of College Park, as Councilman Carn, the Mayor and City Council as a whole will all attest, will continue to be committed accordingly as we are looking forward to positive outcomes as a result. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and look forward to moving forward as such. Thank you all.
And with that, I want to present the chair of the board for the Interfaith Children's Movement, Ms. Betty Ann Hart. But before she leaves, we have a proclamation. Last night, we actually presented it to Pamela, so we're going to make sure that we present it to Mrs. Hart after she says a few words. So let's welcome Mrs. Betty Ann Hart.
Thank you, Councilman Carn. Since 1983, April has been observed as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Communities across the country have used this month-long observance to increase awareness of child abuse and its prevention. Individuals, cities, schools, businesses, hospitals, religious organizations, and social service groups join forces in the battle against child abuse. We are grateful that the City of College Park has joined with the Interfaith Children's Movement in observing April 2014 as Child Abuse Prevention Month to promote the message that child abuse can and must be prevented. According to Prevent Child Abuse Georgia, every 26 minutes in our state, a child is the victim of abuse. Recognizing this is an unacceptable existence for our children, the Interfaith Children's Movement seeks to raise awareness to prevent child maltreatment through education and community engagement. As we plant these pinwheels for prevention, we are recognizing the need for future support of our children and families in crisis. Each pinwheel represents one of the 31 years of this annual observance. Also here at City Hall, there is an indoor display of child abuse prevention information, which includes a parental guide, contact information from child servicing agencies. Also, the City of College Park will run public service information spots called Tips on Healthy Parenting during the month of April on the city's cable TV channel. Thank you all to your commitment to the well-being of our children. We together, we know, can create a better tomorrow for all children today. Thank you.
before she leaves, I want to make sure we give this to her. Like I said, we presented this last night at our council meeting. So I'm going to read it to you real briefly here. City of College Park proclamation. Whereas children are critical to the future success and well-being of our state, our city, our communities, and whereas every child deserves to be loved, nurtured, and live a life free from harm, and whereas parents need support and resources to develop positive coping skills and nurture their children to grow to their full potential, and whereas the City of College Park recognizes the importance of creating a safe community for all its children and families, now therefore be proclaimed that the City of College Park, Georgia joins Interfaith Children's Movement in countless cities across the U.S. and hereby proclaiming the month of April 2014 to be Child Abuse Prevention Month, proclaimed this day of April 2014, signed by the Mayor and Council. We have a few guests here as well we wanted to recognize and maybe have them come up and say a few words. Being that this is about children, our representative and advocate for our children, I guess more so than anyone else, would be our school board representative. We want to welcome Mrs. Catherine Maddox, who has been an absolutely outstanding school board representative since she's come into the post, District 6, representing all of our children throughout Fulton County, South Fulton County in particular. So we want to welcome Mrs. Maddox to say a few words.
Well, thank you. It is a pleasure that, and I'm very honored to stand here to speak to you a little bit about the ICM organization. They are so wonderful in making sure that we recognize all the needs of our children. They are an organization that is out there on the forefront in the battlefield each and every day, trying to make a difference in our lives of our children and in the lives of our community. And I also want to say that we can't only just educate the child, but we must be advocates for our children. They are so challenged with so many things, and child abuse is one of them. So we are here to partner with Fulton County Schools, with ICM in any and every way that we can. Thank you.
Like I said, Mrs. Maddox has done a remarkable job coming in and advocating for our children. This is an event that takes community, it takes community partners as well. Mrs. Barbara McKee with Lift Community Development is certainly one of those community partners. She came into the city about 10 years ago and hit the ground running and hasn't looked back since, helping us and supporting us with all types of initiatives of every sort and that you could think of that has to do with children and family. So we want to welcome Mrs. McKee with Lift Community Development. Let's give her a hand.
Thank you, Joe. And it is a pleasure for me to represent Lift as a community leader in College Park, along with Interfaith base. We as a community development must report any type of child abuse that we see or hear or might think we heard. Sometimes when individuals come into our office for different resources, different things, financial needs, basic needs, food, clothing, shelter, they bring along their children. We have to be able to recognize abuse. Abuse is any type of neglect that might harm a child. So, celebrating Child Prevention Abuse Month, we at LIFT are looking out daily, not only just in this month, but throughout the year to identify any abuse for children. We want this to be a safe and healthy community that we live in. In saying that, we must recognize any type of abuse. So just remember, LIFT is doing its part along with Interfaith to help just diminish any type of child abuse. Thank you.
Okay, I guess we're going to get ready to wrap this up, and we're going to take festivities outside and plant the Pinwheels. I do want to recognize my wife, Pamela Carn, who is the executive director for Interfaith Children's Movement. She doesn't have a whole lot she wants to say today, but she really makes this organization happen and really helps it and keeps it moving along. One of the other reasons that we're here in College Park is not just because I'm a council member here, but because the world's busiest airport is here. And human trafficking is one of the #1 issues in Georgia, little be known to most of the general public. A lot of it in part because of Hartsfield being the busiest airport in the world. We have a lot of issues going on with human trafficking and sex trafficking and child abuse. We have a lot of hotels in this surrounding area, and one of the things that ICM had pushed for in the legislature was to come up with signage for hotels, for airports, and for public areas, explaining if there's an abusive situation going on, or if you suspect that you're being forced to do things, that there are hotlines that you can call, and it's been ratified by the state legislature, signed by the governor, and it is state law. So in the world's busiest airport, you will see signage that the Interfaith Children's Movement helped to make happen. So we want to definitely give them a round of applause for that. I guess that's about all I got. I want to thank everyone for coming out. I want to thank all of our community partners, too many to mention. And I guess we're going to take our festivities on outside and plant some pinwheels. So thank you all very much. We appreciate you all coming out, and we hope to see you again next year for this. Thank you all again.
I just tried it.
You never know. It's a win.
I used to love these.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
All right. Okay.
You gotta push them a little harder.
I'll push them kind of hard there. There we go. Like spring cleaning.
I want to go hard.
Get it in there?
Yeah, I got it.
I believe you're a professional. Let's see. Good.